Welcome to Steve's Barbershop training videos. Simply putting a gown on can make the client feel confident you know what you're doing. Practice this and get it right. Take the gown so the center is in the middle of your two hands. Put the gown over the client and rest the back pieces across. Find the right tension and connect with poppers or Velcro. It's surprising how small things like the gown can make your client feel at ease, and messing it up could be the start of a bad experience for them. So let's get on with the haircut. First, we need to comb all the hair straight down like this. We do this to create a smooth area to work on. If the client has bedhead or hat lines, you may need to wet the hair and dry it straight first. Now we're ready to start cutting. Front of the head here. We do this to get the right height for the weight. So to start, we are using the Andis clippers with a 6mm blade, grade 2 UK. Gently press against the head and run the clippers straight up the head. As you can see, we get a line in the hair. This is good. Keep this weight line as even as you can all the way around the head. At the back, try not to go above the occipital bone, as we use this area for the blend. Any hair that is not growing straight down, either growing to the left or the right, you can use your clippers to go against the grain of the hair to take these off. Also, make sure you pull down the ear to be able to go behind the ear with the grade. Here you can see we're only using half of the clippers to cut the hair. This will enable us to be able to see our guideline from before, so as to keep the weight line nice and smooth. And secondly, when we take the next section, we'll be cutting the first piece of hair twice to give it a very smooth look. Try to keep your weight line as even as possible around the head. This will help you when trying to blend in at the end of the haircut. Again, moving the ear down before putting the clippers behind, and also changing the direction of the clippers to make sure you're going against the grain of any hair that grows in the wrong direction. Removing your grade 2 and replacing the 0 blade, start to take the weight line up higher. This is the beginning of your blend. We used the section before as a guide to the next section, keeping the blend level and running smooth around the head. Remember though, this is only removing the weight and not your final blend. Using the mirror, if you have one, you can create the right shape on the sides for the customer. Start at the temple and angle the comb to remove any weight towards the hairline. This will increase the time length of your haircut. Now start to create your hairline. Following the natural hairline is always best, and taper away towards the face. Now repeat at the back of the sideburn, keeping your line as close as you can to the ear and tapering away to move any steps or lines. Now come in from the back of the ear, moving the ear out of your way, following the hairline and tapering away. To put your line in at the back, try to come out of the natural curve from the ear and taper away. For beginners at this, keep the hairline as wide as possible. You can always bring it in later. We don't want to give the client a big V at the back. Now round the other side, and again taper out the temple and create the rest of your hairline, tapering towards the face to prolong the cut. Now round the back of the sideburn again, up and over the ear, keeping as close as you can to the ear and taper away. Here we do the same as the other side, and we use the curve of the ear to create the line to the neck and taper away. Once at the back, I like to keep the hairline natural and just lightly taper. Stand back and look at your lines at the sides to make sure they're the same angle and not too wide. If you need, now is the time to adjust them. For the sideburns, find a point in the ear and put in your line. Then bring the clippers up to your line and taper away. Find the same point in the other ear and do the same again. Always use a point in the ear to match up the sideburns, as most people's ears are not level, but by using them it will make the haircut look even. After wetting the hair down, comb all the hair to the right. If you're left-handed, comb the hair to the left. Once combed, you need to take the first section at the front. This will determine the length of hair. Now would be a good time to ask the client. You will need to take between 10 and 12 sections from the fringe to the crown, so the thinner the sections the better. Every time you take a section, you should be able to see the one before, this being your guideline. Now moving across to the next section. Make sure you bring in the last part of the top section, and if you can, the top of your blend. Use your fingers to create the shape. You may need to take 2 sections to get the shape. On the sides, you will need to take between 12 and 14 sections. You need to take extra as you go round the back, keeping the shape. Only go to the centre of the head at the back. Now the other side, and this time only cut half the section, leave the other half long. This will help in the next part. Again, you will need to take 12 to 14 sections, working around to the last section from the other side. Now move round the front of the client and take the last section. In this section, you should be able to see the guideline from the top and join it with the top of the section from the blend area. Again, keep taking small sections all the way to the back until you meet the sections from the other side. Now you need to join all the sections together at the crown area. Even if you have a double or triple crown, still cut the hair this way. Now move to the fringe area and comb all the hair onto your finger in the centre. Make sure that your finger is resting on the client's forehead and cut to the desired length. Follow this line round with another section and then go to the other side and repeat. Now you need to take the weight out of the fringe. So start at the far side and take a section that will join the fringe to the first section you took. As you pull this section out on approximately a 45-degree angle, you will see the end of your top section and the line you just put in for your fringe. These need to be connected by cutting from the fringe line round to the first section line, like shown here. You should take between 6 and 8 sections for the fringe, moving round and keeping the same angle each time. Now to finish off, you just need to cross-check your work. To do this, you will need to take sections from the crown to the fringe. I take 3 lines in total. As you pull them up, the hair should run smooth. If the sections in this part are even and the hair is all the same length, you won't have any section lines and your cutting work is done. After drying the hair off nice and smooth, it's time to start finishing off the haircut and getting the right blend. As you can see, I'm using a different set of clippers here. These are the wild chrome style clippers. I prefer these to the mains clippers for this part, as they're light and I don't need to worry about the cable. Like before, when we removed the weight from the sides without knowing where the top would be, we do the same here, but now we can see the top. Using the clipper over comb technique is one way of finishing off, or you can use scissor over comb to achieve the same look. I have been doing this for over 25 years and prefer to use the clippers. As you can see, we take off very little in this part, as we did most of the work earlier. Here, we just need to make sure the blend is smooth and the shape is right. You should also use the mirror to help you get the sides looking equal. Whilst smoothing the blend, also remember to check any other area that may need attention. Check to see that the sideburns are tapered evenly, the weight is removed from the temple areas, and the hairline at the back is smooth. With different hairlines, you will need to spend more time getting them right. Now you can see the haircut is all done. It's time to give it some style. Here are just a few styles I can create with this cut. I'm sure that if you follow these instructions, practice and get the same look, you too will find the more you do this cut, the easier and better it will become. As you can see, these are popular everyday styles and I get asked for them all day long, along with others that I use this cut for. Just adjusting the length of the braid, maybe the top is kept longer or even just the fringe.